guys, what's cracking? I'm with Madison today. We're at Redcon Gym downtown, or actually just in Boca, right outside of downtown. But if you guys have not checked out Redcon Gym, please come check it out, especially if you're into bodybuilding, fitness, and all that. As you can see, like, they put out great athletes here. And Madison works the front, but she is a busy person, full-time in school studying what?
Psychology.
Uh-oh, look out. So she's gonna like understand what's going on in your mind and all that. And how much longer till you graduate?
I have like a year left, but I want to do my master's, so we're working on that right now.
Awesome. So she is working hard on her master's and doing all that school, working here, but she's also putting a lot of time in the gym. So when is the last time you were adjusted, Madison?
Probably more than like a year ago.
Okay, so it's been a minute. And so she's had some issues going on. We were just talking. I did kind of examination on her to check out what's going on with her spine because I've never adjusted her before. So some of the bigger things that we've seen with her was she has a flat back through her spine here, which go ahead and have a seat, and then that way they can see what I'm talking about. So from her back, and we have her set up in nice posture and shoulders back, she's kind of flat through here, which I can take my fingers, you can see like a dip through there. So instead of having the kyphosis that we want, she's pretty flat through here. So what happens is normally people will get trigger points and pain in there. So if that's you, that's usually what's going on. So getting some more mobility in there will help, because as I looked at her neck, she has very poor lateral motion of her spine through her neck. So normally what happens is this is jammed up, this doesn't move that way, and it's going to give her propensity to have a forward neck posture. But she's doing a lot of hours in school right now, everything else, and plus the phones that we use is normally going to put your head forward. So as she loses that cervical curve of her neck, so it's going this way versus this way, she's going to have a lot more pressure up here typically and get headaches. So would you say you're getting headaches like through the week?
I do, yes.
Okay. And she's probably...
And that's from looking at, like, I feel like the laptop as well, my phone. We work on our laptops at school, like, constantly.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting, so it's like all of that in one.
Kind
of looking at the computer, sitting, all of it.
Yep. So she gets it. I mean, that's just the point where a lot of times nowadays with our work ergonomics, our school ergonomics, if you will, and even on these phones, that you got to remember that typically the human had 8 to 12 pounds typically. So if it's there and it's over the shoulder, so as it's more forward, this is about 20 pounds. This is about 35 pounds, this is about 45 pounds, and then this is about 60 pounds. So you figure 60 pounds is that big plate in the gym, and also almost like the next kind of medium one. And obviously, like, she can put up some weight and lift because she's been doing great, which rumor on the street, you just told me you just started lifting more and this muscle comes on. So she must have the special blood, ladies and gentlemen, the muscle just comes on. So, but what we want to do is start working to get that natural curve put back in her neck, so it'll take pressure off the nervous system. And she did tell me that she doesn't sleep very well and just sleeps all over, and that could be a big part of it, because the brain controls the body and the body talks back to the brain. So if there's a lot of pressure up there, it's going to cause more of a problem. So we're going to move into her adjustment, and then she is having some problems with her left knee and left foot because she did accidentally drop a 45-pound plate on it. And so she broke her foot and was in a boot when I first met her months ago. And then it's kind of just created more of a problem and probably a shift in her low back. So let's get into your adjustment, and then obviously if you guys have any questions, this will be a typical kind of full spine adjustment that we do as I'm getting used to her body and she's getting used to my adjustment. I'm gonna go light to medium and then we'll build from there. So go ahead and lay face down for me, please. So some of the things that I want to check out with her first, I had her leave the sock off the one foot because we're going to end up working on that, is just trying to see like where her leg lengths are and her heel lengths. So she's not very far off. Her left side is higher than her right, which is interesting because Madison, are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
So she's right-handed. So normally I'll see like a type of thing like that going on, but she doesn't have a lot of that. It's actually the other way. So whatever she was doing with the boot is interesting, because if she was booted, this should typically be higher, and then normally we would see a pelvis like twisted like that. But as we look with her and kind of come off, a little ticklish in there, sorry. It's actually not too bad. Any pain or tenderness in here?
A little bit.
On this side? Or this side, or both?
Worse on the left side.
More in here? What about through here?
A little bit, yeah.
And that muscle right there?
Mm-hmm.
She says. What about this side?
Not as bad.
So what I'm pushing on is the piriformis muscle. So for those of you who've seen, and I talk about the piriformis a lot, it attaches on the lateral side, so through here on the hip, and then it goes across and then attaches on the front side of her sacrum. So her sacrum is here, And so it comes across and is deeper than the glute muscle here. So pushing in that, as you can see, she winces away. This is the muscle that does external rotation of the hip. So if that's pretty sensitive, that tells me that she's probably walking on her foot a little bit wrong. And we want to get her sacrum adjusted as well as this, so it'll release that muscle and get that stretched out. That will help to make sure that that rotation isn't happening. And that's just something that a lot of you will complain, saying like, oh, I have sciatica, but a hallmark sign of piriformis syndrome is having pain deep in there. And usually you'll have some radiation of pain like into the leg, but never past the knee. Well, I shouldn't say never, just most of the time. If you have that and you have pain kind of going in your leg, you think it's sciatica, get that checked out by a practitioner, because that's something that can be fixed muscularly and with some adjustments, okay? And then as we're just palpating, she starts to get kind of stuck through here like a rock. And then just right through here, okay? And then we already checked out your neck. So let's start with some easy ones. We're gonna start in your thoracics here. So nice deep breath for me. Let it all the way out. Wow, like popcorn. Let that relax. Good. Go ahead and lay on your right side and face me if you would, please. That feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Take your hands just like this. Open that hand up, gives me something to hold on to, and I'm gonna drop this leg off so I can get your sacrum adjusted. Promise I won't drop you. Just relax. Boom!
Whoa. Okay.
I knew you were gonna be a good adjustment, but that was loud. Let's go ahead and have you lay on the other side for me, please. Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
Are you training today?
I'm doing shoulders today.
Perfect. Just wanna make sure you work out. So this one, I'm gonna adjust kind of her sacroiliac joint, move it up. Good. It's funny because people either laugh or they like what I call
felt good, but
adjusting
like,
Tourette's,
like...
where they're like, shh.
Yeah, okay.
But that was good. You did a great job relaxing. So one thing I like about her is she has a lot of flexibility, but she's also pretty stable because she's working on a lot of the muscles that she needs to support that spine. It was interesting because she told me, she's like, oh, I just have really bad posture. I'm like, well, comparatively speaking, it's not like the best, but it's definitely not the worst. So you're doing a lot of the right things. But this is the area that we both know is more of a problem. I just feel like you've been dealing with it. So right through there in the middle cervicals, this is usually when somebody has forward head posture, there's gonna be a ton of pressure there. So what we're gonna do is work on just getting this adjusted. Let that relax. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Let that relax. Still here?
Mm-hmm.
Still good?
Mm-hmm.
And then just taking some pressure off our occiput here. So usually a lot of people have some pressure in there when they have a reverse cervical curve. I'm sure that doesn't feel the best, but it probably doesn't feel the worst either. Just taking some pressure off of her spine. How'd that adjustment feel so far?
That was okay.
That was okay.
I've never done this before, so it's like new.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So you weren't adjusted like that with your last chiro?
No, she would on my back like that, the way you pushed, but never adjust. She would do this with my neck, but never adjusted me like that.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
All right.
Was...
Well, welcome. That okay.
No,
now that makes sense with the
shots. That's why I was nervous. That's why I was nervous.
Okay, well, so every chiropractor has different techniques,
Yeah.
but I'm glad that that you got to feel that.
Mm-hmm.
So good stuff. Well, I do want to get the middle part of your back, so I'm gonna have you cross your arms over your chest for me, please.
Mm-hmm.
Slide right over here, and then we want to get this part of your back. So the way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna have you tuck your chin to your chest, nice deep breath for me, and let it all the way out. One more. One more. Awesome.
Okay.
Good stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So now we got most of your spine adjusted. I do want to take a look and kind of assess what we had going on with her ankle and her foot. So she had fractured through here, right?
Yeah, and there was major like soft tissue damage. Is what they really were.
Okay, so she was saying she's still feeling some superficial loss, like just touch or like sensation.
Yeah.
Right through there. But her ankle, she can move pretty good. And then what I'm just testing is like the P to A motion of this, because your tibia here and your fibula, so these two bones through here, should slide back and forth, but when it doesn't, and especially because you're booted up,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't really allow for things to move. So just gonna do a quick ankle adjustment here. Let this relax. Good. Feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. While you're here, let's take a look at the other one. So we definitely need to do some soft tissue work, which I'm gonna go in and use the ache away scraper on this area, as well as I'm gonna get into her quad, start working on that. So outside of the adjustment, there's definitely more and more things that we need to do. And you go ahead and sit up, swing your legs around that way. Cool. And now that you've been adjusted with the neck, try to do a nice big circle for me.
Like
A big circle like this. How's that feel?
good.
A little looser?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's check out that low back. Go ahead and stand up for me and try to bend over and touch your toes. See how that feels?
Oh, a lot easier.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of that, obviously her pelvis was twisted, the stuff with the piriformis. So what I'm gonna suggest for her is we're gonna get her in. I'm gonna do more muscle work on her. But if you're looking for more videos on understanding what could be going on with your body, especially if you're a lifter like her, somebody who's understanding the human mind, it gets higher and higher degrees to help that. Check out some more videos. You can find her Instagram. We'll make sure we put that in the link because you see some of the stuff as she grows in many different ways. But thanks for coming in today, and we'll see you next video, okay?
Thank you.